All right, guys, Fula coming to you with another video. This time it's a Fula review video. And as you see, I'm holding in my hand some boxing shoes that I just recently had the opportunity to try out. Now, when it comes to boxing shoes, it depends on what you're into, really. Some shoes are made for people who have a narrow foot. Some shoes are made for people who have a wide foot. Some shoes are more heel heavy than the others, for dudes who like to sit down on shit. Some are lighter on the heel for those who bounce on their toes and stuff like that. And so, yeah, now the thing is it was between a couple of choices. Like I've had hyper KOs, and hyper KOs are good. But I just decided, I want to try something else. So it was in between these, and there was also an Adidas Boost boxing shoe as well. And that was designed to like be very, very, very light. And it also, the Boost boxing shoe also had the foam on the bottom too. That's another thing that it had. It had foam on the bottom of the shoe. Now, this one right here, these Nikes are called Machomai or Machomai, something like that. Now, I'll tell you, the main difference between these and the Hyper KOs is that the Hyper KOs is really hard right here. Like, it's really hard. Like, it's not really flexible as this one is. You know what I mean? That's the main difference. And, of course, the design is different, too. Now, from having the opportunity to try these out, I'm going to say one thing that I really like about these. They're very light, I like how light they are. They feel to a point where you're almost like barefooted, basically, when you're wearing these things, And so this is one thing I can really appreciate about the shoe, is that. The other thing I like about the shoe, too, is that the design is pretty plain. It's nothing over the top. It's just like pretty simple, you know what I mean? And so this is one thing I can appreciate too. Now, of course, since you're wearing like white shoes, of course you expect them to get dirty. So, I already got some dirt on the shoe and stuff like that. But it's okay. The colorway is still cool. I like the white and gold. These shoes right here is good for me because I have a narrow foot, and so these are very narrow, as you see. The one thing I can say about this shoe that, even my coach was like, damn, honestly, when you pivot in this shoe, it feels like a whirlwind. It feels like you're like, it basically feels like how like a cobra is at attention, like how he strikes you like, bam. This is what this feels like. I'm dead serious that it feels like that. I mean, when you throw hooks, especially, it's like, man. Another thing too, man, is that, a lot of the crazy thing is in boxing more than any other sport, I think the shoes matter, man, because, man, people say, oh, shoes don't make you play better, this, that, and the other, but they're designed for you to play. They're designed for that specific purpose. So that's why you need shoes. You know what I mean? Now, these right here, boy, I'm sorry, but when I really did not put anything on punches. I'm telling you, I really did not put a lot on my punches. I would say that I put maybe like 20% on my punches. But, they sounded like more than 20%. You know what I mean? It got to a point where my coach was like, man, my forearm, man, you hurting my forearm right now, and you hurting my shoulder. And I'm like, man, I'm not even throwing that hard. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I guess, because of like the focus right here, this focus, because this is where you like pivot. This is like your pivot area right here, on the ball of your foot. I guess, this shoe just has that thing that helps you pivot, and it just, man, makes them punches sound different. I'm telling you, it definitely does make them punches sound different. So if you're taking boxing serious, if this is something that you're seriously taking and that you want to pursue as just like a big time hobby or something more than a hobby, then you definitely need to get get some boxing shoes. And I do recommend these because they're simple. They're also economical too. You know what I mean? And plus, you can't really go wrong with Nike as it is. So yeah, man, I really like these shoes. I recommend them. Especially if you're an outboxer, an outside fighter, who keeps his range. These are definitely good for that too. So with that being said, if I had to give it, 1 through 5 stars, I would say 5 stars, because it's a good shoe and it does the purpose. And I mean, don't get me wrong. You can get hyper KOs. I could have just easily said, bet, run me the hyper KOs, But this one is actually still more economical too as well. So that's another good thing. You're not going to have to come out of pocket, like stupid pocket, to get these. Because like the hyper KOs, I think they're like, I want to say they're like maybe like 180, 190, something like that. Yep. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts and leave your comments. Let me know what you think of these. Let me know if you've used them yourself and how they worked out for you. And let me know if you have any other boxing shoe recommendations that maybe I need to check out for future references. Fula signing out. Njana.